Your content calendar and your book outline should be the same document. If they're not, you're doing twice the work and shipping half the asset. Most founders building a digital business at 1 to 5 million in revenue treat content and authorship as two separate hobbies. They post to social on Monday and outline their book on Saturday. Both projects, they stall. And here's what's actually happening in your week. You're sitting down on a Sunday trying to come up with 5 points that do not sound like everyone else. You're starting at a blank cursor, wondering what to record. And somewhere in a different folder, a book outline that you started last quarter is collecting dust. The cost is not just the lost time, it's the lost compounding. Every video you record without an outline behind it dies on that platform that it was hosted on. Every chapter you outline without a distribution plan stays in that Word document. You finish the year with hundreds of posts no one remembers and a manuscript no one has ever read. I've helped promote 23 books and build 3 companies past $10 million in revenue. The only reason I can do both at the same time is because I stopped treating content and authorship as separate workflows. They are the same workflow, rotating 90 degrees. Let me show you. When I was working on my first book, I was stuck in the same place that every author gets stuck in. I had a head full of points I wanted to make and absolutely no idea how to get them down. I would open a document, write 3 paragraphs, hate them, delete them, close a laptop. That cycle ran for weeks. Then I stepped back and asked a question that changed the project. Not what should a book say, but how many points does the book actually need to make? The answer was simple. Between 12 and 15. That's it. 12 to 15 ideas that, taken together, add up to a complete argument, a complete idea. So I built a 3-level outline, 12 to 15 chapter topics on the top line, 4 points underneath each chapter, 4 points underneath each one of those, 3 levels deep. And the moment that outline existed on a single page, the book stopped being a writing project and started being a checklist. Then I made the move that changed everything. Instead of writing each point, I recorded a video on it. That video became a social post. That post built a following. By the time the book was ready to launch, the audience was already there. The book didn't need marketing. It needed announcing. And here's the system I came out with. Action 1. Before you write a single chapter, before you record a single video, build a 3-level outline. The structure is fixed. Top level, 12 to 15 chapter topics. Then there's the spine of your argument. If you can't get to 12, you're close. You don't have to have a book yet. You have more than 15, then you have maybe 2 books. Second level, 4 points under each chapter. Not 3, not 5. 4 is a rhythm a reader can hold in their head. Each point is one idea stated as a claim. And then the third level, 4 points under each one of those. These are the specifics, the stories, the examples, the proof, the steps. This is where your experience lives. Now, do the math. 15 chapters times 4 subpoints times 4 levels equal 240 discrete units of content. That's your year of social, captured in one single page, before you've written a single sentence of prose. If you have a book outline, you have this year of content. If you don't have an outline, you're starting from scratch every Sunday night. So take each of those nodes, each one of those 200 plus third level points, and turn it into a single video. Not 5 videos, not a video series, 1 point, 1 video. The constraint is the producer of the true clarity. The format is fixed. State the claim, tell the story or give an example, pull out a principle, give one action the viewer can take for this week, 5 to 9 minutes if you're talking head, 60 to 90 seconds if you're doing it short. This video lives inside itself of one of those nodes. Then use the viral social stacking system. So the viral social stacking system, point 1, you're watching the system in demonstration right now. Why does this work? Because the hard part of content is not the recording. The hard part is deciding what to talk about. That outline removes the decision from Sunday night. You don't need inspiration. You need item 47 on your list you've already written. And then here's the second compounding effect. Every video reinforces a chapter your reader will eventually read. By the time the book launches, your audience has been hearing fragments of these chapters for a year. The book does not feel new. It feels like the version they've been waiting for. The book is the master file. The social calendar is the export. And then the distribution of these node videos on a fixed cadence, 3 to 5 a week, for the months leading up to your book launch. The point is not to go viral. The point is repetition. People see fragments of a chapter 4 or 5 times before they launch. They will not remember every fragment, but they will remember that you keep showing up with the same coherent argument. Then, when the book lands, you don't market it, you just announce it. There's a difference. Marketing is when you convince a stranger to care. Announcing is when you're telling people who already follow you that the cohesive version of what they've been hearing is now bound, ordered, and finishable in a weekend. The audience does the conversation. You don't have to. And here is the third compounding effect. The book gives them the structure they did not get from the social. Most viewers will have consumed 40 or 50 of the videos. They will not remember which video taught what, and they cannot search them by chapter. The book is the index. It puts the argument back in the order. Most viewers can't put your social posts in order. The book is the version that puts them in order for them. If you want to skip the part where you stare at a blank page on Sunday night, I built the worksheet I used to get this outline out of founders' heads and into a single page in one sitting. It's called the Book to Calendar Map. The link is in the description and pinned in the comments. Print it. Fill in the 12 to 15 chapter topics first. Everything else falls out right from there. Here's the whole system in 3 lines. Your book is a 3-level outline, 12 to 15 chapters, 4 underneath that, 4 underneath that. Every leaf is a video. Every video is a social post. Every post reinforces the chapter. When the book launches, you're not marketing, you're announcing the order your audience already wants. Tell me in the comments, do you have a book outline right now? Yes or no? If yes, how many chapters? I read every comment for the first 48 hours after this drops. And if you're sitting there saying, I would write a book if I knew what it was about, that's the wrong problem. The next video walks you through the 3 questions that will surface the book that already is inside of you. You don't need a new idea. You need to capture the one you're already giving away. Let's keep this conversation going. I'm Camper. Thanks for tuning into today's episode on the Strategy Session, where we take your business from stuck to unstoppable. Here's another video I think you'd enjoy. If you found these insights valuable, remember to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell for notifications on our latest videos. Remember, you're not just marketing, you're making history with Venture Gained.